Hey, so this is a tier list video. Um, Basically, the 5 categories for this video are meta, good pick, no disadvantage, disadvantage, and rarely wins comp. So, I'm doing this instead of like S, A, B, C, D, because this just makes like more sense. And S, A is like more subjective to different people, so this just makes more sense. But yeah, starting off is Alaina. Um, so for Alaina, I think she is no disadvantage. So she's just like in the middle. She's not good, but she's not bad. Cause like, I mean, she doesn't really get countered or counter anyone too much. It's just that like if people have went against her before, they'll know how to beat her. So that's Alaina. Now Aloysius, I think he's definitely probably the worst character in the game for getting kills. Like, sure, he does good damage, but like this rule says, he rarely wins comp. But yeah. Now next up is Arash. I think he's a good pick, honestly. Um, he, well, I mean, his Molotov does good damage, good ult gain. His M1s give 25 ult gain, so he can get his ult really quickly. And I mean, and then there's obviously his grenade that is, well, a whole grenade. So yeah, that's pretty good. Next is Charlemagne. He's pretty good, I think. He's all right. He can be used pretty well. Like, I think he's not a good pick, but he has no disadvantages. Now, next up is Construct. I think personally it's a good pick because it's very easy, simple to play. But yeah, this tier list is just based on like how easy it is plus how good it is, like a combination of those two. Dawn, I would say very similar to Construct, pretty easy to play. Now Fiona, probably no disadvantage, but not a good pick because it's a little bit more difficult to play, and I don't know, you just have to like be smarter with Fiona because she doesn't have much knockback other than her ult. So next up is Gunso. Now he recently got nerfed, so he doesn't do crazy damage anymore. He only does 2 times with his crit rather than 3 times now. So I think he's no disadvantage in my opinion. Now Hamza, he he's a really good pick. I think he's just a good pick, but I don't think he's meta because um he gets countered by some characters, so it's like it's not really meta. Even though he's really good because his ult makes him literally invincible. But yeah. Now Hana, she is our first disadvantage. You can kind of play her, but like she doesn't really have too much kill moves. Like her ult doesn't knock back that much, and her right click is really blockable. Her left click it's just M1s, and then her E is like basically useless. I mean, it helps you get away, sure, but it's like it's not. It's more of like just try and I don't know. It's not usable. But yeah, and then there's Kusanagi. This is, in my opinion, a meta pick. Doesn't really get countered by many characters. Like maybe gets countered by like the range characters, I guess, but then they can get chased with the dash on Kusanagi, so that's good. The right click also is an edge guarder move. It's a knockback cancel move. It's a chase move. That's 3 things. Her counter, it just destroys all melee characters except for Pack 2, I guess. Um, and then her M1s are just nice. They're cheap, do good damage. And then her ult is pretty good too. She's just all good around. Doesn't really get countered by much. Counters lots. But yeah. Next up is Mai. Now I think she's just no disadvantage. because, well, she's alright, I guess. I mean, I haven't really seen a good Mai, honestly. I think most of the people that I see play Mai, they they just like spam and then go invisible. But like she doesn't. I don't know. I think no disadvantage is fine. Next up is Pack 2. Um, I think similar to Mai, it's just they play the same. I mean, yeah, it's alright. People, new players think he's OP, but like I don't know, he gets countered by a lot of things. So, but his ult is still probably one of the best in the game. Yeah, next up is Poppy. I think she is disadvantaged because she doesn't really have a good knockback move other than her ult, which is extremely hard to land. Um, I think, like, I guess you can edge guard with her barrels if you just camp them and then explode them, but I'm not sure. It's alright. Yeah, she's disadvantaged. Reina, she she's a good pick, I think. I'm not completely sure. I haven't seen her much after the nerf, after they like halved her knockback, but I think she's probably still a good pick. Now Ryan, um, he can be alright. Like his ult is really good. Um, but I think he's still disadvantaged because you have to know how to play the game to be good with him, I guess, which is why he's disadvantaged. But I mean, yeah, disadvantaged to the average player, but he can still be good. Senth, I think good pick. This is because like she's just really easy to play. It's very similar to Construct, but with Senth, she doesn't have to go after them per se. She can just camp on an edge, like a platform, and pull people to her, and then just knock them off with her insane M1s. But yeah, Seth, I actually used to think that he was disadvantaged, but after playing him now, after his buff, I realized that he's kind of busted, honestly. So I think he's a good pick. Next is Walter. This I don't know. This isn't really a popular like people. They'll all say he's meta, but I don't know. I think he's no disadvantage, similar to Charlemagne. And then final character, Zhao. I he's more of a good pick, honestly, but I still think he's better than a lot of the good pick characters. So I think he's not as good as Kusanagi, obviously, but I think he's still in meta because of just like how how good his moves are and with shield stacking, really good. I mean, obviously, this tier list doesn't mean that a Kusanagi stomps Aloysius every single time. Obviously, a good Aloysius beats a Kusanagi if the skill is different enough. It's just that the top is simpler to play and better, and the bottom it's harder to get wins with. But yeah, that's the tier list. Um, like, sub, turn on notifications, and comment characters I should do more videos on, and just other content ideas. See ya.